everyone, it's Jessie from Oddloop and welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't already tell, this video is not going to be a voiceover because I wanted to do a flip through of all of the previous spreads that I've done in the past that I have not done a plan with me on. And I figured the best way to do that would just be to sit down and chat with you guys basically in real time and show you all of my previous spreads. So this is my first time recording audio with this camera, and I do apologize if the quality doesn't sound as good, but hopefully it's still somewhat listenable. So let's just begin. This planner cover is from Hello Pretty Planner, and I will have her shop linked in the description box down below, but it's just a really pretty black heart with roses cover, and I have my name customized on the front. And let's just flip to the first week of this cover, or this planner, I'm sorry. So yeah, this is the first week of January, and this was a kit from Hello Petite Paper. It's really fun and festive, sort of wintry / Christmas themed. I'm not quite sure how to best do these flip throughs. I don't know like exactly what people talk about, but I figured I would just point out some of the more exciting things that happened in the week if anything exciting happened at all. So in this week, we actually brought home Mickey, which is, if you haven't known already, like, where have you been? I talk about them all the time in my videos, but I have two cats, Ollie and Mickey, and we got Ollie first, and then the people who adopted Mickey actually found out that they were allergic, so we took him home as well, like a couple weeks after we got the first cat. So yeah, in the first week of January, we brought Mickey home, and that was a great way to start the year. So the second week of January, I used a kit from Shop Jessica Hearts. Shop Jessica Hearts, and we actually introduced my dog to my cats on the first day of that week and found out that my cats are basically bullies and my dog is scared of them. So there's that. I also accidentally drove onto a one-way street. I literally drove down the entire block before I realized that I was not supposed to be there, and I basically had to do a U-turn of death and just try to pretend that never happened. So this next spread is actually a kit from our own shop. It's the Travel the World Los Angeles kit. And unfortunately, as much as I love this color and just the kit itself, this week was not that great of a week. If you guys didn't know, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer back in December of last year. So this week was actually her surgery week. And it's been a while and she's since recovered, thank goodness, but this is just, yeah, one of those weeks that is not that great to look back on. Something else that happened was Ricky and I went to go see a comedy show. We went to go see Felipe Esparza. So that was like one of the only fun things that happened. Oh, the PBC sale also started that weekend, so that was also fun. So this next week is super fun. It's a kit from ColourPop Paper, and I like to think that sloths are one of my spirit animals. My friends in college used to make fun of me all the time and call me a sloth because I would wake up at absurdly late hours of the day. Like, it's really like so late that I'm not even going to tell you how late. It's kind of embarrassing, but this week was the first week of classes for me, the start of spring semester. And oh, we also decided to meet Yoongi, which is Ricky's current cat, but at the time he wasn't our cat yet. We were just meeting him in the hopes of being able to adopt him. So there's that. And then moving on to the first week of February, this is a kit from Firefly Paper Shop, and in this week, we actually did decide to adopt Yoongi, so we picked him up that week, and that was really exciting. And then moving on to this super pretty sort of galactical galaxy themed kit. This one is from GP Sticker Studio. I don't think anything too exciting happened this week except for an OOP sale that I held. And I had 81 kits for that OOP sale, which is quite a lot for me, but my printers are basically being assholes for the first couple weeks of the year. So moving on to the next week, this was Valentine's week, and I used a kit from Caress Press. Nothing too interesting jumps out at me in terms of this week. Let me see. I had a cry fest about accounting and I ranted to Ricky about it. So that happens quite often. I must have had like a bad test grade or something. So there was that. Moving on. This week I used a Scribble Prints Co. kit and nothing really interesting happened this week either. I just spent the majority of it studying. I did go to a concert. I took a break from studying and I wasn't supposed to, but I did it anyways. We went to go see Los Campesinos, which is Ricky's favorite band, so that was really fun. And then moving on to the first week of March. So this kit is from Two Little Bees, and in terms of this week, Ricky and I went to go see quite a few shows. We watched Brian Regan, he's a comedian, and then we also went to the Shins concert. And then I also had an exam that so that wasn't all that exciting. The next week, I used a kit from Hello Petite Paper, and I really enjoyed this one. It's super florally and girly and not 100% my style, but I did really enjoy it, surprisingly. This weekend, I did release our Odd Loop Girls, and it was sort of a nerve-wracking but exciting thing that happened for me because I don't consider myself an artist, but I did try really hard at drawing our girls, and this is an example. This is our napping one. So I do plan on releasing more in the future. I just am really slow and also not confident in my drawing ability. So it does take me a while. And then moving on, I used another one of our own kits this week. It's in our shop called Plant Party. Ricky got a raise, so that was really great for him. And then my mom also had her second round of chemo. So I really like using those Frank Hearts Use Superhero Unicorn stickers for that. So moving on to the next week, I used another one of our kits this week. It was our Harry Potter kit, and it's the Slytherin version because that's the house that I most associate with. You'll see that when I use our own kits, I often don't use the bottom washi just because I really like the way that Ricky designs our full boxes, and so I want to showcase them as much as possible. I didn't use the bottom washi this week as well, but nothing that exciting happened this week. So let's move on to the first week of April. This was a Scribble Prints Co. kit, and I really liked the colors on this one. In terms of events, this was spring break, but I do remember that I had 2 midterms right after this. So what is the point of having spring break if it's not going to be a break? Like, professors just love to torment us, I guess. Other than that, I went bar hopping, and then my brother actually moved out for 3 months because he had a program that he needed to do. Yoongi peed in his carrier because he did not like the car ride. After that, I used a kit from Bubba Bear Studios. Like I said before, I had 2 midterms this week. It was also my brother's 24th birthday, and my mom had her 3rd round of chemo. And then, I dyed my hair purple this week, which was super fun, and my hair is still purple. So it was a good investment on my end, I think. And we started Better Call Saul, which is amazing, and Starbucks came out with their new Cascara lattes, which I was obsessed with for a little while. And then this week I used a kit from Caress Press, and nothing really happened except Ricky and I literally played Zelda all weekend, and I also did my taxes that night. And Mickey, again, wouldn't be a Jessie video without a cat. Okay, moving on. So this next kit, I used another Shop Jessica Hearts kit, and I'm not a huge fan of how I did this spread. I like this half by itself and I like this half by itself, but when you look at it together, it looks like two different spreads. At least to me it does. I don't know what I did, but Ricky and I cooked together for the first time this weekend, so that was really fun. And I also wrote that it was the first time I went grocery shopping because we cooked, which I'm 26, so that might be a little bit sad to admit, but I don't cook, you guys. It's just not a thing that I was ever into, so we decided to challenge ourselves this weekend. So this next week, I used a Scribble Prints Co. kit. Mickey had explosive diarrhea this week. That would have made for a fun plan with me story, but basically we just needed to give him a very, very thorough bath. My mom also had her last round of chemo, which was really exciting. And then Ricky and I spent the entire Sunday that week trying to get Hamilton tickets, and we finally managed to get them. And it's crazy because we're actually going to be watching that show in about 3 weeks, and we had bought this back in April. So at the time it seemed like a long while away, but it's already almost here. And then moving on to my birthday week. So when I was doing this spread, I had a lot of pressure to make it look good because it was my birthday week. I used a kit from the Organizing Companion, which unfortunately is no longer making sticker kits like this. She's moved on to planning inserts, but I loved how this spread turned out. And Ricky actually brought me to Universal Studios and we went to Harry Potter World. And that was fun, but also a little bit nauseating. Both of us felt really motion sick from all of the Universal Studio rides. But yeah, this is the week I turned 26, so fun times. Following this week, I used a Caress Press sticker kit, and this was sort of a retro 80s themed one. And nothing too exciting happened. I think this was just another regular week in school. Spring semester was almost over. JK. I wrote, which baby cat took a poop in my room? Must have been Ollie. And oh, my friends also had a belated birthday surprise with me and another one of my friends. Our birthdays are close together. So we went out to go eat and then we went to a bar afterwards. So that was fun. This next kit I really liked as well. It was from Whimsical Plans, and I really liked the whole dark, starry vibes of this kit. Yeah, this was finals week, so I had a final on Monday, I had a final on Tuesday, and then I remember we had to crank out a final tax project. And I met my group members at 10 p.m. at the library, and we didn't leave until 1 p.m. So we literally stayed overnight and watched the sun rise. So that was an ordeal. The PPC sale also happened that morning while I was struggling to finish my tax project in the library. Mickey also knocked over some eggs and juice, and my mom was really mad about that. So moving on, I used another Hello Petite paper. This was more summery and sort of flowery themed. I really liked this girl full box here. So this week, the baby cats actually got neutered, which must not have been fun for them, but it unfortunately was necessary. I also started running this week and have not kept up with it at all after this week, I think. And I really should have, because I have a wedding in 2 weeks that I need to attend. not my wedding, my friend's wedding. And I have a dress that I wanted to wear, but I could barely fit into it. So don't know how well that's gonna work out, but we shall see. Moving on, I do think the next week is actually the week that I started my plan with me's on, and yeah. So this was a Scribble Prints Co. kit, and I did my first plan with me using this one. So I think I'm gonna stop this flip through here because every spread after this, I do have a plan with me video on. So if you are curious about a more in-depth talk through of these spreads, you can just check out those videos on my channel. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I apologize if this video was like a little bit more boring to watch. It is longer than my usual plan with me's, so thank you if you've stuck around to the very end. But if you could subscribe and give this video a like, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!